Hello, this is LC News, your source for news around our school system. I'm Carrie Jo Cecil.
And I'm Eric Miller.
The week of September 12th was the week all LC students, past and present, live for, homecoming. The kind of fervor this Spirit Week generates is unique to Lawrence County, and you can feel the energy throughout the whole building. The events actually began the preceding week with the attendance race, which was won by the freshmen, and the juniors managed to win the coin drive, hopefully without breaking the bank.
On field day, competitors from the freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior classes rose to the challenge to win points for their grade. Here are the results from some of the events. A sophomore girl wins the 400 meter. A sophomore boy wins the 100 meter. Then a junior girl wins the 100 meter. And both a sophomore boy and a sophomore girl wins the 200 meter. For the final event, a boy from each class competed in a chocolate pie eating contest with a senior boy winning. Aside from the competition, the classes enjoyed a day out in the sun.
Gym Day is the fourth day of homecoming. On this day, people compete for points for their grade. One of the events is tug of war, which begins with freshmen versus juniors and sophomores versus seniors, and whomever wins out of those play each other. Another event is boys and girls free throws and 3-on-3 basketball. And the most nauseous event is Fear Factor. The teachers pick out the worst food choices for 4 people from each grade to eat. And whoever eats the food the fastest and runs back to the other end without throwing up wins. We also have each class pick 6 players to play volleyball. They will all battle for the win. Each class also presents a famous couple to walk around the gym and be judged. The seniors pick Trump and Hillary for their famous couple, and the freshmen pick Danny and Sandy from Greece.
Another large part of homecoming is the fight songs and talent. The fight song event is when the classes come together to create their own version of the school's fight song. The created songs are then performed by students of the classes. It was the freshman class that won the event with their own rendition of the fight song. The talent event is when the classes choose their most talented classmates to perform. The talent this year was very great. Every class has something special to offer, and there was a variety of talents on display. The senior class showed a slideshow of various memories they had created over the years in Lawrence County. It was the junior class that won the event with spectacular singing.
One of the most famous events of homecoming is skits. In this event, all 4 classes work on their own to impress judges by creating a presentation that represents LCHS.
My favorite part about the skits was probably working together, and a lot of people you don't see throughout the day, but whenever you do the skit, you get to meet after school and you just get to, bond with the rest of your class.
The homecoming skit results are as follows. In 4th place, juniors. In 3rd place, seniors. In 2nd place, sophomores. And in 1st place, freshmen.
Homecoming court is always a big deal at Lawrence County High School. Being part of homecoming court is a dream come true for many girls. The freshman, sophomore, and junior classes each get to vote for their favorite girl to represent them during homecoming time. The senior class chooses a number of candidates, then the whole school gets to vote amongst the candidates to decide the 2016 homecoming queen. Being one of these selected few gives you the opportunity to ride through our Septemberfest parade and represent your class and yourself during a homecoming football game. The class of 2020 selected Miss Lauren Horn as their freshman class representative. She has chosen Tyler Maynard to be her escort. The class of 2019 selected Miss Emily Burke as their sophomore class representative. She has chosen Traquan Smith to be her escort. The class of 2018 selected Miss Leah Deo as their junior class representative. She has chosen Ernest Woods to be her escort. The class of 2017 selected the following as their homecoming queen candidates: Miss Elizabeth Ball and her escort CJ Gish, Miss Allison Bellamy and her escort Blake Prater, Miss Reagan Crum and her escort Eddie Patrick, Miss Mackenzie Frazier and her escort Kyle Taylor, Miss Caroline Isaac and her escort Spencer Akers, Miss Kaylee Jenks and her escort Timothy Dalton, Miss Skylar Moore and her escort Zach Cordell, Miss Natalie Rice and her escort Brad Mattingly, Miss Kaylee Ross and her escort Nicholas Kessinger, Miss Carol Williamson and her escort Tanner Wall, and finally the 2016 homecoming queen, Miss Casey Chaffins and her escort Trace Bowens. She was crowned by Miss Amber Fitch, last year's homecoming queen.
Here at Lawrence County, we are truly appreciate our staff and would like to introduce our new segment where we highlight our wonderful teachers here at LC. And this week's Teacher Spotlight is Miss Shirky.
For this interview,
we asked Ms. Shirky what she teaches here at Lawrence County High School.
I have been teaching at LCHS. This is my 13th year.
What do you teach?
I am a math teacher, and currently this year I'm teaching geometry and college career readiness math, but I've taught Algebra 2, Algebra 1, in addition to geometry and CCR math.
And afterwards, we asked her why she wanted to become a teacher here at Lawrence County High School.
From the time I was a little girl, I always wanted to teach. My very first love for teaching started out enjoying writing on the chalkboard back in those days, and I thought math was the most fun subject to work with on the chalkboard, but it obviously has grown into something else. I love being around kids and part of school life, and math has always been my favorite subject.
What has been the best part about teaching?
The best part about teaching is to see students learn, to get to.
Part of being a high school student is preparing for your life after graduation. One thing all students aiming to go to college must do is take the ACT. We had the chance to sit down with Mrs. Finley and discuss why the ACT is so important.
The ACT is important because it is a nationally normed academic assessment, and it is used by colleges and scholarship committees to determine a student's academic potential and their chances for success in a post-secondary environment.
Besides giving students a sense of accomplishment, doing well in the ACT can provide major academic and recreational benefits throughout high school and college.
Some benefits of scoring well on the ACT are that a student will be more competitive for college admissions, and they'll also be more competitive for college scholarship opportunities. Some other things that are out there would include programs such as Governor Scholar, Rogers Scholar, and other programs that are available to students while they're in high school. A better ACT score will make you more competitive for those programs. So students will want to make sure that they take the ACT multiple times so that they can get the score that best reflects their abilities. So to be college and career ready, a student would want to meet a score of 18 English, 19 math, and 20 reading. And if you meet those scores before your senior year, you get to go out for CCR lunch, and we all know that's the most important thing.
Of course, students have to work to earn these perks. The ACT is given 6 times a year, and students can register online at act.org. Students do have to pay for the ACT, but there are ways to help with the costs.
I know that it's expensive and the cost keeps going up, but students who qualify by income for free and reduced lunch can see myself or Mrs. Adams in the guidance office at the high school, and we can give you a fee waiver. You can use 2 fee waivers for the ACT within your junior and senior years. That, with the ACT that you take free as a junior through the state, will allow you 3 times to take the ACT at no cost.
Once you've registered for the ACT, the next thing you have to do is take the test. As with all tests, it is best for you to get a few good nights' sleep before the big day.
Some tips that I would give students for taking the ACT, the first thing I would do is to encourage them to prepare and at least see what the test looks like. Our school library has a number of materials available for free for test prep and for study. There's also a lot of free online materials that will help students to study and prepare for the ACT test. I'd also recommend that students take any test that they take seriously and always make sure that they're able to work within time constraints, because ACT is a time test. Another piece of advice I would give students is to take the ACT more than once.
Remember, pace yourself and don't stress. Good luck!
We recently got an inside scoop on the LCHS Constitutional Convention. Here's Chris with more.
Here at LCHS, seniors in AP Government and Politics dress as delegates and practice debate and compromise by participating in a constitutional convention. The Constitutional Convention is hosted every year by these students while under the direction of Mr. Prince.
That is only a limited time until re-election happens too, so then you'll actually be able to elect your people back.
While in session, we asked Mr. Prince about the convention and its history.
This was one of my larger AP government classes, so we had more delegates there that brought more opinions. So I was really pleased with what they accomplished this year. They were very in-depth. I've had years where maybe they're a little more vague. As we look through the different constitutions, some of them very closely mirror the Constitution we have now, but sometimes they really go off on a limb and create their own thing that doesn't look anything like our government.
On what they can, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, no, campaign. We need to give them a limit on
So
campaign.
why don't we set the limit? If we get, okay, let's say it's 3 months in the campaign for a month, and they're only in there for 2 months. I don't see the point.
They start with scratch, and I really don't give them much guidance at all, and it's up for them to decide what the government will look like, the functions of the government, who will run the government, and they find out pretty quick it's difficult to put together a government out of nothing, which is exactly what they did in 1787.
What are those words?
What is that witchcraft?
I was repeating stuff across your hands. Yeah, somebody needs to put this in one sentence. Yeah, does anybody have any?
There's Madison.
It was a fun experience. Towards the end, we kind of got grouchy, as I imagined the actual delegates of the Constitutional Convention got. Everybody was arguing with each other, but it was fun. We had a good time creating our government.
The Constitutional Convention is something we've been doing here at Lawrence County High School for, I would guess, around 10 years. I didn't really mark the time that we started doing it because I didn't realize it would become a tradition here at school. But I'm really proud of it. I think it gives the kids a great taste of what it was really like in 1787 to try to put a government together.
I learned that it must have been extremely hard for the delegates to create a constitution and a government for the people, because we were struggling to come up with a fake one. And a lot of pressure on their shoulders. I can't imagine being the real George Washington being the leader of the real Constitutional Convention. I can't imagine the pressure on his shoulders to keep everybody in order. And towards the end of the convention, tensions were high and it was harder to control everyone.
I've kept copies of the constitutions they've created over the years. This was this year's. You can see from the years going back, I think I have 7 or 8. And like I said, there's a lot of similarities in a lot of them, but then there's also quite a bit of differences. Plus, sometimes they created a flag for their country.
With their own philosophies and opinions, these student delegates framed a constitution and molded their ideas with the perspective, opinions, and philosophies of the original founding fathers. The Constitution was established and ratified by almost an unanimous vote and signed by delegates who supported or did not favor the new Constitution.
And now for weather with Zachary Cordell.
Hello, this is Zachary Cordell with your weekly forecast and announcements. We will finally be seeing some more fall-like temperatures at the beginning of the week, but it will heat back up a little as the week continues. Fall break is October 3rd through the 7th. Enjoy your time off. On October 7th, there is a soccer game at home against Rowan County and a football game at home against Belfry. We wish both teams good luck. Voting for Y Club offices will take place on October 11th. Nominations can be sent to Ms. Hollenquist. The $10 membership dues must be paid before you vote. The first 9 weeks of school ended on Friday, September 30th, and all report cards should go home on October 12th.
Despite all the fun this year has brought Lawrence County so far, we have also suffered the terrible loss of one of our dear classmates.
William Blake Ramey, 17 of Louisa, Kentucky, passed away Wednesday, August 31st, 2016 at Cabell Huntington Hospital. He was born January 20th, 1999 in Paintsville, Kentucky, to Green and Brittany Ramey.
This has been LC News, your news for the students, by the students.
See you next time!